So you've done everything you needed to do to make sure you got your situation in order. You got your credit right. You got your down payment situation taken care of. Now you've been searching for months and months, you find the home of your dreams. If that home is located in a subdivision with a HOA, you might want to pay attention to this video first before you put in that offer. Watch me work. Alright, so if you paid attention to the series, you know that part 1 was everything that an HOA board should know. Part 2 was everything that an HOA resident should know. Now we have part 3, 10 things that a home buyer should know about an HOA association. As a home buyer, sometimes a first-time home buyer, you're really just more so excited about, finding the home of your dreams, getting in a good offer quickly, making sure you get the inspection and all that things of that nature taken care of, so you can get onto the closing date, sign the papers, and get your keys. But sometimes there are situations where some realtors don't necessarily take the time or put forth the effort to inform you of neighborhoods or homes that you might want, that the home that you're liking is in a homeowners association. When that happens, you look at the home as just for what it is, the location possibly, which is always a good thing, but once you already signed the papers, everything falls on you. Now you're hit with a monthly bill, or sometimes yearly, of homeowners association fees that you didn't necessarily have any general clue as to what it was for. You had no idea about the covenants, what you can and cannot do, the bylaws, the laws, the governing laws, things of that nature. And now you've actually come to dislike your property or dislike your home because you had no prior knowledge of things going on in that neighborhood. So with this video, I hope that beforehand you get a little inside knowledge of everything that an HOA association entails, and also what you should be doing as a home buyer on making that purchase. Know if your homeowner association is in pre or post transition. The process of passing on ownership from the developer to the association is called a transition. The developer basically has the leeway to amend the documents and change development standards while they have control. Again, as in my previous videos, you gotta know who's in control. Almost always, the association is a non-profit organization governed by a board of directors. This is either developer/builder or elected officials. Only 20% of the association's contract is held by a property manager on a day-to-day basis. As a homebuyer, you got to know that the HOA laws vary by state and that they are very, very complicated. Right or wrong, lawsuits are very stressful, time-consuming, and complicated. It's better to educate yourself early and beforehand than get caught up in a lawsuit that can drag on for months. In the end, you losing countless amounts of dollars. You have to know that the board has the power to assess fines, place liens on your property, and in some instances, they can foreclose on your property. Now, I know this is something that most people don't agree with, but in the event that you do receive a fine, it's best to go ahead and possibly take care of it instead of letting it matriculate. And once you've paid the fine, then you go back to seek answers and try to possibly get compensation in the event that you feel as though you were wrongfully fined or anything of that nature. You gotta understand that if you live in a HOA community, you have to live by the rules. If not, you have to make sure that you gain the support of the community to amend the governing documents or the rules. You don't want to be that lone soldier that is always, fighting the process or going against the machine and, complaining about rules, fines, or anything of that nature at the meetings and whatnot. And in turn, you're turning yourself into a possible target without even knowing it. You have to know that the association fees are required. The board usually has the authority to impose special assessments. This is done usually to pay for things in the community that probably need to be fixed. If the funds are low, like say street signs or something needs to be ordered and there's not enough funds in the reserves, they can take the liberty to impose a special assessment to take care of the basic things that are needed in the community. Now, should you find that special assessments are being pursued on a regular basis, and you feel as though something's not really right about how the association is, handling funds or possibly mishandling funds, either way, you have the right to request to see certain documentation in regards to the association's finances. How would you go about that? You would ask for a review, which would be a review to view the finances. What you'll be looking at is the operating budget, making sure that the reserve is adequate for future plans for the community. The other thing you want to do is ask for and read, I repeat, ask for and read the governing documents before you make an offer. Plenty of times I've heard that I didn't know that this community was this way. I didn't know that that community had these problems going on. I didn't know that I couldn't do this on my own property. Things like that. That kind of falls on the agent, but it also falls on you as the home buyer, because you have to do your homework. And anything that you're doing as far as the house that you're purchasing, you go see the house in the daytime, it's a totally different situation at night. You go see it at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, at 8 o'clock, 8:30, it's a totally different ballgame. But once you make that purchase, or whatever the case may be, once you sign those documents, that's on you. So I like to tell clients that you need to do your due diligence, as well as to see if the neighborhood where you're looking at is really ideal for you. Don't be a whiner if you don't do your homework and purchase a home in a community that has HOA issues. That kind of falls on you, like I said. There's a few things you can do though if you do find yourself in a situation that you don't really agree upon. 1, you can accept the issues. 2, you can try making things better by becoming involved with the HOA. Or 3, last resort, you can just move. Or 4, file a lawsuit against the HOA. Those really are your only options to try and rectify the problem. But the number one thing that every home buyer should know before making a purchase of a home in a neighborhood with the HOA, do your homework before making an offer. You don't want to buy the perfect home of your dream in a neighborhood from hell. The videos that are popping up now are just a little bit more information that'll help you with all your real estate needs. Go ahead and click on them and enjoy. Until the next one, I'll catch you later.